So
Starting with
this
part 2.
method called Mercator projections. To know the exact sizes as well as distances, we use the projection method. Understood? So now let us discuss about the colonization, explorations, military use and map making. When the Britishers established their power in India, they began making detailed maps of the interiors of the country. Okay na? So detailed maps was given by first Britishers only. They began to start the survey of India, where the places are there, where the markets are there, where the schools are there, and they, according to their survey, they based maps of India. Okay, so they prepared the maps according to their survey. As you can see the picture of early map makers of India, early map of India. They started to make the maps from Chennai because all heights are measured from the sea level only. One famous geographer, Sir George Everest, also surveyed about mountains, that Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. Okay na? So now use of maps in our times. We can make a map of regions which region is having very little rainfall or little drinking water, and can compare with other regions also. Or we can make a map for development of agriculture or companies as well as industries, etc. So now reading thematic maps. Usually a thematic maps focus only on one aspect. Such maps are called thematic maps. Example, political maps which gives information about mandals, districts, states, etc. So given is the color code used to represent the land cover and land use in maps. See the screen. So land covered, land used, and the colors are given here. Dark green is for forest, light green is for grassland, brown is for land useful for agriculture, yellow is for plateaus and swamps, light red was wastelands, and white is for places where minerals are available, black is for boundaries. So different colors has been given to different land forms. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about a map, make a map of population, or make a population map. See the population map. By this we can find out the density of population of the states and cities. The table gives the population density of different states of India. As you can see the different states here. The states like Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Jammu and Kashmir, Odisha. So different states are having different population, means different peoples are living here according to the percentage, like 309 in Andhra Pradesh, and 1102 in Bihar, and we can see the West Bengal also 1030. So the number of people those who are living in this different states or districts, maybe they are calculated in density of census. Conventional symbols. The symbols which show a particular place or locate one particular show conventionally by the most map makers. Okay, in India we usually follow the conventions used by the Survey of India. See for example the conventional symbols given here of Survey of India. Okay na, airport is for like this, and bridge is for like this. We can give the symbols here. By seeing the symbols we may come to know that airport is here, and by seeing this mountain symbol, tree, one park will be there, for tree one park will be there, and for lake like this kind of symbols we can show on the map, and dam is there, here we can give this symbol. So by looking at these symbols we may come to know that that particular place is there. Okay, the use of symbols is to locate the particular place by showing a short form symbol. Okay. Now get the knowledge of our counted lines also. Counter lines are lines on the map joining places of the same height. Okay na, counter lines are also called as the iso lines, also lines joining places with some common features. So these are the characteristics of the counter lines. A series of counter line with a higher value inside indicate a hill. If it is on a higher value, it will be indicate there is a hill will be there. Okay na, we can locate by seeing the long height or a higher value of inside the counter line, we can indicate that there is a hill. A series of counter lines with lower value instead the always indicate the depression. Close counter lines indicate steep slope. Okay, close counter line, steep slope will be there. So wide counter lines indicate flatter slope, flat slope is there, and counter lines never cross each other except in case overhanging cliff. Okay na, they cannot overhang or they cannot cross with each other to overhanging cliff. Okay, so gentle slope and steep slope, plateau. See the peak also. See, three slopes are here: gentle slope, steep slope, plateau. Okay na. So counter lines are usually drawn at fixed interval of height such as 20 meters, 50 meters or 100 meters. Uniform counter intervals is maintained between the lines on a given map. See the map over here. Then counter lines give an indication of the slope of the land as well as the elevation above from the sea level. Wherever or whenever the counter lines are far apart, it represents a gentle slope. Closer lines represent steep slopes, and uniformly spaced lines represent uniform slope. So according to the slope, they are calculated, and as well as they are calculated above from the sea level, because wherever the sea is there, the height of the sea will be level at all sides. Now knowing about the atlas. Now this is the picture of our Telangana relief and drain. The relief features are here: the mountains, plateaus, as you can see in this, as well as Deccan Plateau is here, and you can see the generalized relief 0 to 150 mean sea level, MSL for mean sea level, and 150 to 300 MSL. This is the green place where the mean sea level is 150 to 300, and for yellow color 300 to 600 mean sea level, and for red color 600 to 1200 mean sea level. So this is the drain and relief of our Telangana. Now coming towards this next, Telangana mean annual rainfall, the places where the rainfall is there. See here the green high rainfall. Okay na, 100 centimeter on these places like Adilabad, Komram Bhim, Mancherial, Jayashankar, Badadri. On these places there will be a heavy rainfall. Normal rainfall is for blue color. Okay na, in these places 70 to 100 centimeter normal rainfall is there, and district boundaries are like these are the district boundaries, and state boundaries are here. This dark black color is for state boundaries. Now coming towards to the atlas. Atlas, what do you mean by atlas? The atlas is a collection of maps is called atlas. Means the world map or the India map, whatever the maps are we are seeing in our hands, they are called as the atlas. Atlas is a collection of maps usually arranged according to the different themes. Different themes will be there. Open the school atlas and look at the list of the maps shown in it. Okay na, in our school books also there will be a collection of maps. We can open it and see it, and we can look at the places also. So the use of the atlas is to locate the places within a short form. Okay, so all these maps are coming under one book, that is called, that book is called as the atlas. Okay, so what is atlas? An atlas is a collection of maps book. Now next is aerial photography. Aerial photography is the technique of taking photographs of the ground from an elevation position using aircrafts, helicopters, or air balloons and etc. Okay, so aerial photographers are not map makers. Okay, they did not make any kind of maps, but if they are sitting in the helicopters, they can take a photo. Okay, that is called as a aerial photography. And now same likewise satellites are also there. Satellites are images, are the photographers of the earth taken by the artificial satellites launched into the space. These are used in many ways: map making, planning, meteorology, forestry, warfare, etc. Okay, so the main work of the satellites is to take the photos by sitting in the space. Okay, so as you have seen all these maps, please try to understand it in a better way. If you like this video, please share and subscribe and comment in comment box. If you want any kind of query to solve by my side, you can comment in the comment box, and don't forget to subscribe it. Thank you.